evening and welcome to Woking Leisure Centre here in Surrey for the first of 3 programmes to find Britain's strongest man.
To the arena come the 8 modern gladiators who'll be battling for our title. From Glasgow, powerlifter Ray Nobley. From Surrey, lorry driver Tosha Killingback. From London, weightlifter Andy Drevin. From Aberdeen, Highland Games ace Bill Anderson. From Leicestershire, hammer thrower Jim Whitehead. From Dundee, another Highland Games pro, Grant Anderson. From Birmingham, all-in wrestler Big Pat Roach. From Huntingdon, shot putter Jeff Capes. And circus strongman Gunga Din showing us some of his speciality as well. More than 2,000 pounds of flesh and muscle, and amongst it all, shy Barbara Windsor.
Now, throughout history, man has been fascinated by great feats of strength.
Samson, blinded by the Philistines, toppled the pillars of their temple. Milo, the hero of ancient Greece, 6 times Olympic wrestling champion. Thomas Tuffham, 18th century London publican, made a harness lift of 1,800 pounds. The American Eugene Sandows' feats of strength startled the world 80 years ago. And his compatriot Jack Walsh recently lifted the elephant.
Well, of course, as sport became more specialized, it became even more difficult to compare fellows of different strengths. I mean, how could you compare a weightlifter with a wrestler or a shot putter with a hammer thrower?
We've devised a new series of different strength tests to decide just that over the next 3 weeks. Tests like these.
Now, the rules of the competition are very simple indeed. We have 11 events in all for our 8 strong men to compete in. And the winner of each event gets 10 points, 7 for second, 4 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth. Now, at the end of 11 events, the 4 leaders in points will then compete in a tug-of-war. And points for that last event will be doubled.
Ensuring fair play, our overall referee, Oscar State, former General Secretary of the International Weightlifting Federation. Lifting, of course, has always been a great feat of strength.
Okay, that's all very well, but we've got something different for you. Barrels out here, and they're all full of liquid, sand, and steel shot. 150 pounds they start out, and they go right up to 275 pounds. Now, the idea is that the competitor has to lift the barrel above his head, lock the elbows, 2 seconds, and then, if he manages that, on to the next barrel. Barbara. Marvellous. Well done.
Nothing to it.
All right, let's do it now for real with the 8 competitors, all trying to be Britain's strongest man.
Tosha Killingback starting off here. He won a barrel lifting contest in his local pub, but he's having trouble at our first weight, 150 pounds. No, he's out. Everyone else managed the 150, but we rejoin it with the barrel at 175. Now, Ray Nobley's used to this sort of weight, silver medalist at last year's World Powerlifting Championships.
1, 2, down.
And no trouble there at all, and the others also managed that weight. So Tosha out, but it's now Jim Whitehead at 200. And he and 3 other hammer throwers once lifted a Volkswagen Golf on their shoulders, and he's having problems here. I'm afraid that's as far as he gets. Not very pleased. So there's 6 competitors left, and we rejoin it now at 250 pounds. Bill Anderson, recognized number 1 at the Highland Games, professional for 23 years, British champion 10 times.
Steady. 1, 2, down.
And safely through. Fellow Scott Grant there approving of that. Well, now Pat Roach, hero of the wrestling ring, popular villain on television and in films. Very difficult to handle this thing, and out he goes, I'm afraid, but with a flourish. Well, there'll be time now in case they don't make that next weight. So Ray Nobley, once again, 250 pounds they're lifting. And it really doesn't matter because Ray feels that's too much for him. Onto the floor now, Jeff Capes, twice Commonwealth shot put champion. 13 seconds then, and that's 2 faster than Bill Anderson. Now to Grant Anderson, Commonwealth weightlifting bronze medalist in 1970, later turned professional Highland Games. And indeed, he's now number 2 to Bill. And he's had enough with that, I'm afraid. So he goes out. And that leaves just one man to go in this round. And it's Andy Drzewiecki that we're about to see, born in Britain of Polish refugee parents, British champion in weightlifting's heavyweight class. And will he do it? He hasn't managed it. Caught off balance, it seems. So 2 men left, 275 pounds to lift, and it's Bill Anderson, 41 years old. Doesn't matter what method he's trying to hoist that up onto his shoulder. And it's all he can do. So he's gone, and that's one competitor left, Geoff Capes, once a weightlifter himself, in fact. And surely he'll make it. Already he's in very good form in this contest. But he seems to be beaten like everybody else by that moving liquid and shot.
Oh, it's so difficult, it's unbelievable. It's not the overall weight, because people like Andy Drzewiecki does about 440, 450 clean and jerk, and we've only got, what, 250, 275. But it's all concentrated in one small area, and it's the awkwardness of the thing, the balance. There's the fluid moving about and whatever else is in there moving about, and it's so difficult to clean and, oh, so awkward.
Nonetheless, Jeff's faster lift at 250 gives him 10 points. Bill Anderson second, and 4 men sharing third place. 100 pounds first place, 75 second, 50 pounds third.
Well, we've rolled out the barrels, and now it's time to go to the bar. And here's Gunga Din.
The bar is resting here in a hollow just above his breastbone. No trickery here. But how does he do that?
Well, we're not going to ask our competitors to do it the Gunga Din way, much easier way. Here we are, is a rolled bar, okay? And the idea is that they've got to bend this in certain ways. They can, well, they could use their teeth, or they could use the top of their heads, but they can't use their elbows, or they can't use the floor of their feet. They could perhaps use the back of their necks, you know, try and bend it like this.
What, you mean like this, Derek?
Uh-huh. Thank you very much. Better be 8 inches apart, actually. And they've got 60 seconds to do it. Thank you very much indeed.
The competitors are split into 2 groups of 4. Now, they've all bent the smaller bars. It's ½ an inch, though, and they're finding that easy, too. Pat Roach a bit tied up. But nonetheless, they've all done it. Extricated, we go now to the second group, and it's again at ½ an inch.
Bend.
And there really doesn't seem to be any problem at all here. Just to prove they can go a bit further. Well, now, into the next round, and the bar's about to go to 5/8 of an inch. Rolled steel, remember, 54 inches long. First group is Nobley, Capes, Grant Anderson, and Roach. And already our audience here at Woking enjoying every moment of this. The grunts and the groans, Capes going well there. He seems to have bent that bar sufficiently. Imagine doing all this with a hangover. Drzewiecki seeming to have problems there. And Pat Roach trying all sorts of methods. Geoff Capes, though, still not getting down to the 8-inch gap. That's probably because of the springiness in the steel. Still not there. All the other competitors having problems as well. Anyway, Capes leads easily with the ends of his bar 12 3/8 of an inch apart. Grant Anderson next at 48 1/8, and the others over 50. Now on to Group 2. It's Nobley, Bill Anderson, Whitehead, and Killingback.
5/8 of an inch. Put it where you want it. Wait for the word.
And they've got to get 12 3/8 inches apart. That's what Capes managed. And this group not finding it easy. Bill Anderson changing his technique a little. Jim Whitehead as well, not making much impression on that bar. And Tosher probably wishing he was back lorry driving again. Straining at the bit. Strength of the power lifter, Ray Nobley, not managing it either. Lots of trouble there. And you can hear Jeff Capes giving advice to his fellow international athlete, Jim Whitehead. One final effort for these men. But time slipping away. 12 inches they need to get that bar down to. And they've run out of time. Whitehead, a quarter of an inch inside 50. Bill Anderson, 50 exactly. The others well over. They all found it too hot to handle.
The problem there, was there? What was the main problem that you were finding there?
Bending the bar.
Well, no, besides the method that you have to use.
It's very difficult to hold it in the right place. If you're not careful, it's going to slip and you scalp yourself. The technique, I think, was to get your head back and push it down and inwards. If you got it across your neck, you had no chance.
So Jeff Capes wins again with a 3-foot better bend, that is, than Grant Anderson. Whitehead third, Bill Anderson fourth, and 1 point to Andy Drzewiecki. So then, maximum points for Capes after 2 events. Bill and Grant Anderson second and third, and apart from the event prize money, £500 awaits the overall winner with $250 for second and $150 for third.
For my next trick, yes, we're going to be in the brick. Off you go. Lift it up to chest height, that's it. Good girl. The record is in fact 14 bricks in a line up to chest.
14?
14, yes.
Wow.
And you hold it for 2 seconds. We're going to start the competitors off with 6 bricks. All right? So join us after the break. The break. Hello again. Welcome back to Britain's Strongest Man. At this rate, it could be Britain's Strongest Woman. You're doing very well. There are 4 bricks so far. You can put them down now, Barbara.
Thank you, Derek.
Right. The competitors are going to start off with 6 in a line, up to chest height, and they're going to hold for 2 seconds. And then 1 more each time, and we'll see how far they can go. So let's start the competition off with Big Pat Roach.
Now, like all the other competitors, Pat found it easy at 6 and 7 bricks. He's going now for 8. And amazingly, not managing it. The others all did. 9 and 10, and now it's Drzewiecki with 11.
1, 2, now.
And not a brick out of place. Jim Whitehead's turn, and it's once again 11 bricks. And he's out. Tosher Killingback, 11 again. Lots of determination from Tosher here. He needs the points. And he's done it. Capes on 13. Bill Anderson's made it, the only one so far, and this is 1 off the world record. And Jeff makes it look ever so simple. So it's just Ray Nobley now at 13. And he's in the contest. So Ray, Jeff, and Bill going now for the world record of 14 bricks. And it's going to be Bill going first. Plenty of time. Having trouble. And it's gone. Now back to Jeff Capes. And that equals the world record. So nobody knows what he's going to go for. The last man on the contest. Powerful arms. They've gone. And so nobody goes out. Jeff Cape still on beat.
Where's the knack of doing that particular exercise?
No.
Is there no knack in it?
Just strong.
Do you want to go at doing 15? Right. Do you want to go at doing 15 and try and break a world record at the same time?
So a little bit of history in our program. Nobody's ever done this particular thing before. Can Jeff succeed at it?
Jeff?
No problem. Ten more points then for world-beating Jeff Capes. Ray Nobley and Bill Anderson sharing second place with 5.5 top gets on the scoreboard with Andy Bietsky.
Well done, Jeff Cates. And a world record on the program. Nice to see one. Well, now we're going to change the mood. We're going to go outside to the lovely sunny sunshine and watch a bit of pulling of a different variety. I think this is an event that Tosher Killingback could do well in because he's done a lot of tugging of vehicles. Anyway, here's how an old timer did it.
At least he had the railway lines to help him. Our 8 muscle men will be harnessed to a lorry loaded with 4 lovely ladies and a driver. A total weight 2 tons, 1,800 weight, 19 pounds. They have to fall at 100 feet on this uphill course. So that's the task in hand. First to go, Jim Whitehead. Once again, Jeff Capes close by, yelling him on. Both these men are 29, incidentally, although Jeff is just 1 day older. Fellow international athletes, like the weightlifters, they're amateurs, so any prize money in this contest will go to their clubs or parent associations. Hardly call this a labor of love. Strain beginning to tell, but that line's not far away now. You can see that line falling almost 3 tons. The time very important here. And he manages to break 2 minutes.
What was that experience like then?
Do you really want an answer for that?
Tosher Killingback now. Now, last year, for a bet, he pulled a 3-ton truck a mile in half an hour. But he can't budge this one very far, and eventually, like Ray Nobley and Andy Dubietsky, he runs out of time. They're the 3 lightest men in the contest, so it's not surprising, really. Pat Roach is our next competitor. And he's on his way. Easy, they call it. Over the years, overstatements, I think. His shoes seem to be coming off his feet there. I mean, this surely isn't intentional. Yes, they've gone. Maybe he thinks he'll get a better grip now with bare feet. He's going well now. Well inside the time. And you can see that finishing line just in front of him. A few more yards to go. And vital points here, hopefully, for Pat Roach. And he's made it, yes.
Am I allowed to swear? It's very hard, actually.
You took your shoes off, didn't you? You thought that was going to give you more momentum?
No, they came off.
Oh, did they? Yeah.
They just turned off as I was pulling.
Yeah.
And it was There's a terrific amount of pressure on that damn thing.
So 146 there, that's faster than Whitehead, but Grant has already done 140, and it's Bill Anderson now. 140 seconds to beat. And he's almost breaking into a trot. And remember, they're going up a gradient, 100 feet course. 41 years of age, Bill, and keeping that steady, even pace. He's almost accelerating at this point. This is a very fast time indeed.
That, Bill, was 34 seconds faster than anybody else up to now. You make a hot habit of doing this sort of thing.
First time we've ever done it.
You were going there very, very fastly indeed. How do you feel at the end of the first day?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
You've had a couple of seconds. Do you feel that you could win this one?
Don't think so.
Well, we'll see what Jeff Capes does in a moment. Thank you, Bill.
That's right.
Yes, Jeff Capes on the line. Man fighting to keep an unbeaten record in our first week of this 3-week competition. And now standing near him, that friend from the athletic world, Jim Whitehead, giving advice as all. But Jeff knows where he's heading. Doesn't really need any help at all. Well, this is the one-man answer to the energy crisis. And at this rate, he could very much take a minute. Grunts and the groans, crowd pushing him on, Jim Whitehead yelling at him there. And that finishing line getting close.
"52 seconds. What a remarkable day, Jeff. 4 events out of 4 wins. Was that the toughest?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ask a silly question, you know. 2 3/4 tons he's just pulled.
Oh, dear, have I got legs?
Come on.
10 points for Capes, 7 to Bill Anderson, 4 to Grant Anderson, 2 for Pat Rich, and 1 to Jim Whitehead. And they were hard-earned points. So Jeff finishes our first week with 40 points. Bill Anderson second with 21.5, Grant third with 12 3/4. A big lead, but there could be some surprises in store.
And that's really all we've got strength for this week. 4 more heats next week. I hope you'll join us for that at the same time. Just before we say goodbye, here's a sample of what you can expect. Good evening and welcome to Woking Leisure Centre here in the heart of Surrey to the second of 3 heats to find Britain's strongest man. Well, if you were watching last week's programme, you'll know our 8 competitors, but let's reintroduce them now and also look at the current leaderboard.
Surrey truck driver, Tosha Killingback. Birmingham wrestler, Pat Roach. London weightlifter, Andy Drzewiecki. Leicestershire hammer thrower, Jim Whitehead. Our 3 Scots, powerlifter Ray Nobley, Highland Games ace Grant Anderson, and no relation, Bill Anderson. The heaviest of them all, Huntington's shot-putter Jeff Capes. Capes, so far unbeaten with 40 points, followed by Bill and Grant Anderson, Nobley, Whitehead, Drzewiecki, Roach, Killingback. So meet now a lady who's worth her weight in gold, Barbara Windsor.
None of you. Oh, I have. Yes, I've been practicing like crazy.
What do you think of all this flexing of muscle?
Wonderful. Well,
Well,
a great time.
we've got 4 more heats today. Going to help me out
Yes,
today. Well,
of course.
let's have a look at the very first one.
Yeah.
And it's a question really of man versus machine.
Derek?
No, this, Barbara, is the object of the attention.
What?
Got to pick this up.
Pick that up? Oh, how much does it weigh?
1,790 pounds.
Easy. How do you know?
Well, I picked it up and carried it off to a weighing bridge.
Yeah. Anyway, tell me what else I've got to do.
All right, we've got this bar attached. You can see. Put this bar at the back. I got to get down here, pick it up to this position, lock the legs, lock the elbows. That's the position they've got to get to. And obviously, if more than one of the competitors manage that, well, we're going to add extra weight to the back of the car.
Yeah, let's have a go, shall we?
You must be joking.
Yeah, come on, big game, Lottie. Okay, 1, 2, 3, ready. Go.
Grant Anderson misses this event, though, with an elbow injury. Killingback and Roach failed with their first lifts. We join it now with the back of the car, the weight they actually lift, loaded to 700 pounds, and first to go, Ray Nobley. Now, Ray's used to this sort of thing. After all, he is a power lifter from Glasgow. Makes that look very easy. Now, here's another man expected to do very well, Andy Drzewiecki, twice European Community weightlifting champion, bronze medalist at last year's Commonwealth Games, getting prepared. They always spend so much time, these weightlifters and powerlifters. And he gets well up. Has to jump clear of that. Likes to throw the car down at the end. Next on the line, Jim Whitehead. Jim's perhaps more used to carrying weight than lifting it. Last year, he held the world hod carrying record for a time, 52 bricks up a 15-foot ladder. Let's see how he does. Completely different sort of contest. And remember, 90 seconds to make the lift, plenty of time. Getting the suspension up there, but those wheels not getting above the floor.
30 seconds left.
Very determined competitor, this. And still the suspension, but nothing else in frustration there. Jim Whitehead not managing it, so it's Bill Anderson now. His speciality is throwing weight. He used to hold the world cape tossing title. They have all sorts of strange titles, these 8 men. Not terribly happy here. Wheels look locked to the floor, and Bill gives up. Jeff Capes. Now Jeff's going for his 5th successive win. A real competitor in every sense. Pouring all that concentration into the task in hand. We reckon about 700 pounds to lift back the back. But he won't be winning this time. He's dropping out.
How much have you ever lifted this deadlift?
And the dead weight is 711 pounds.
Well, there must be. I wonder how close we are to that now, but
Well,
good luck. We're over that. We are over that.
Yeah, over that, because in the deadlift, it's from the floor, the lift, whereas you've got suspension here, giving you a rise of 4 inches for making the lift easier, you know.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens to you and your competitor in the next round. Thank you.
The car's now loaded to 744 pounds. Easy, he said. Well, let's see whether it is or not. It is indeed. He makes that look very simple. Now Drzewiecki again. He and Nobley are amateurs, so remember their prize money will go to the British Amateur Weightlifting Association. And Andy takes that straight up. He seems to have improved his dropping technique as well. Looking at his hand, though. I wonder if he's hurt. Perhaps not. Well, another 44 pounds is loaded now into the back of that car. So remember, that's 788 pounds, equal to 3 fully loaded big kitchen freezers. The tension rises between the pair of competitors from different branches of the same sport. We're going now into the 5th round, then, of the competition. And nobly, he'll be first. It's a deadlifter, I suppose he might just have the edge here. And again, he makes that look as easy as lifting a chair. He's feeling his ankle. I hope there's no problem there. We'll wait and see. He felt that one. Don't like the way he's arching his back. Same with an injury caused this contest to miss out.
Might have ripped the muscles just up.
You think you may have done a muscle in?
Yeah, my hand's beginning to split there, as you see.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Do you think you'll go on and do the next one?
We'll see, huh?
Another 44 pounds now in that boot. 832 pounds. That's nearly 7.5 hundredweight. He does it, but the weight there beginning to tell, we think. He looks very happy about it, and no wonder. Here comes Trzewiecki. Will he go on? He won't. He said to Oscar he's retiring. So nobly wins. Geoff Cape's monopoly broken at last.
Do you think you could have gone on? Another 10 kilos, maybe 20 pounds, but that one was hard, very
I
hard.
gather that people like yourself, you start to shut, and when you start to shut, you're beginning to feel the weight.
Well, it's really control of the adrenaline. The shouting helps you to get the adrenaline going through the body. I get angry at the bar, and that helps me lift it.
But the louder you shout, the more it's beginning to tell, is it, the weight?
Yes, it's getting harder.
Well, well done. The first blood, then, to a weightlifter in Britain's strongest man. Well done. Ray Nobley.
10 points then to Ray, and 7 to Andy. Jim Whitehead, Bill Anderson, and Geoff Cape sharing 3rd place with 2, and the 3rd point. Nobley in 3rd place overall.
Well, this is the cue for the next event. Directory tearing, in this case an E to K directory from London. Well, this is how someone else did it.
Oh, Derry, I can do that. Yes, nothing to it.
All right, off you go, then. Oh, dear. Ooh.
Ah, you see?
Thank you, Barbara.
Yeah.
Go and lie down.
Oh, that was thanks, Sergeant.
Enthusiast. All right, seriously, we've got a competition in hands now. We'll leave Barbara to her own devices. And let's go to the table, $7 a weight. They've got these directories to tear right in half, as many as they can in 1 minute, starting now.
Yes, 7 lining up because Grant Anderson's still a non-starter here. And the paper, as you can see, beginning to fly in all directions. Interesting to watch their different techniques. Doing a deft touch. Tosha not so happy. Andy doing pretty well there. Jim, he's having some trouble. Still struggling. Pat's getting in a bit of a twist too. And Andy tearing those rather easily. The one gone. Ray having no bother at all. Andy taking them in stages. Well, it's one way. Jim, though, is in real trouble. But Pat, I think he's got the neck now. I remember There's a time limit here, and time's now running out. Those hands must be sore. Well, that's it. And the way untorn directories are flying, I don't envy the judges. Fun event, though. And as they sort it out, the score nobly 16 directories. That's 2 ahead of Bill Anderson and Drzewiecki with 14. Capes and Whitehead on 11. Killingback and Roach on 7. So another 10 points to Nobly. 5.5 each for Bill Anderson and Drzewiecki. 1.5 Jeff Capes and Jim Whitehead. And if we put those points now onto the main scoreboard, we'll find that while Jeff Capes leads, Anderson and Nobly getting closer.
Well, now for something even more tiring, we're going to be doing it with these.
Oh, Dick, I do feel tired.
Do you know that we're going to have to throw these tires?
Throw them? Here, wouldn't it be easy if we just bowled them?
Do join us after the break when we'll be seeing how strong men coping with the tires. Are you radial or cross-ply or retread, Barbara? Welcome back to the second of 3 programs here from Woking to find Britain's strongest man, and straight away it's into tire tossing. Now, we've had some preliminary heats for this, and 5 men have got through to the final. They are Grant Anderson and Bill Anderson. We've got the wrestler, Big Pat Roach, and then the 2 members of the British athletics team, Jeff Capes and Jim Whitehead. They're through then to the final. They have 2 more throws. Let's see what they've got to do. This seems fairly ordinary, but it's a 29.5-inch diameter tire. It weighs 32.5 pounds, and they can use one hand. They could use 2 hands if they like. 1.5 turns, no more, in the circle. And obviously, if they go outside the circle, it'll be a foul throw.
So Pat Roach first to go, and badly in need of points here. One-handed attempt, it seems. And that's 30-foot mark. In fact, 34 feet, 11.5 inches. But I'm sure he'll have to do better than that. Bill Anderson next. Now, he should be pretty good at this event. He knows all about throwing weight. And that's 40 feet. At least, yes, it's 42 feet, 8.5 inches. Grant Anderson now is about to come back into the contest. He, remember, had an injury. Using his uninjured arm for this throw, supporting the tire with the other. But 1 foot does go outside the arc, and it's a foul throw, so no score there. No score for Grant Anderson. Jim Whitehead. Top-ranking British athlete, used to throwing 2-handed action again. And that is by far the best. Indeed, it's not far short of 50 feet. 8 feet we make exactly. And that puts him in the lead. So he's throwing out a challenge to this man, Jeff Capes. The last to throw in the first round. He's choosing a one-handed action here. And that, in fact, looks well short of Whitehead's mark. Embarrassed, perhaps, Jeff there, and annoyed. Whitehead then in the lead, and Pat Roach prepares for his final throw. He's in 4th place with 34 feet, 11.5 inches. Interesting action there by Pat, and it is better, though. Still under the 40-foot mark. 38 feet, 5.25 inches, still 4th. And now Bill Anderson. He's aiming to improve on 42 feet, 8.5, lying 3rd at the moment. And that certainly is much better. 47 feet, 9.25, and that'll put him into 2nd place. Capes lying 3rd. Grant Anderson will be the next competitor to come up. And he knows what he has to beat here in this contest. Remember, he overstepped the mark the last time. Must watch it this time. That's a good one. over 40 feet, but not by much. 41 feet 6 1/4. Now on to Jim Whitehead. His own 48 feet to beat. And we don't think he's done it. No, he hasn't. 45 8 1/4, the same as Capes' first throw, but he still leads. And it's just this man to go, Geoff Capes. And he, I'm sure, would love to pick up another 10 points. He's got 2 men to beat and needs a really massive throw. And makes a mockery of our little circle, throwing it outside. When we measure that up, it's 52 feet 6 inches. Is it better for a hammer throw or a shot put, that type of thing?
Well, it's a funny weight. It's neither one or another. If it was a little bit heavier, I think a hammer throw technique would be perfect. Yeah. If it was a little bit lighter, the one-hand throw would definitely be perfect there. But
well, you threw 48 feet, you threw 52 feet 6. The winner of that event, Geoff Capes. Lovely, thank you. And let's see that winning throw again. There it goes. More than 52 feet, 10 points. Again to Capes, another £100, 7 points and £75 to Whitehead in second place.
Well, we're going to have a wheelbarrow race next along this 30-yard course. It's not any old wheelbarrow either. 700 pounds we're going to put into this particular barrow. That's about 4 times my weight at least. And we're going to have 2-man heats running up and down here. Then we'll have a semi-final and then a final. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Barbara. Barbara.
Yes.
1. Capes on the left with Grant Anderson, the 2 big men. Capes making the early running in this interesting race. And indeed, he's winning that fairly easily, yes. Our wall not enjoying the impact. Now on to heat 2, and it's Strubietsky on the left, Killingback on the right. Andy getting well away there. Toscher trailing again. He's finding this much too much for him. A good win for the weightlifter. Heat 3. And Ray Nobley and Pat Roach. Remember, they're pushing well over 700 weight here. Pat seems to be hobbling a bit. Ray winning, but where's that barrow going? What went wrong then? Did you just particularly lose control in the middle or what?
Don't really know. It's on that fast.
It's very fast, thank you. Bill Anderson and Jim Whitehead in position. Could be a close contest here. Right, ready for the 4th and final heat. And they're away together. There seems to be nothing in this. They're still together at the line. Well, that's very difficult to separate, looking at the replay.
That's incredible. That looks like a dead heat there, nearly. Gentlemen, let's just see what the times were on that.
8.1, in fact, so they have to run again. A rerun here. And it's still pretty close, although Jim now seems to be getting the edge towards the end. And he's won that. Jim looking happy for a change.
And that's...
Now for the 2 semi-finals. The draw makes the first one Drudietsky against Capes. And Capes straight into the lead. And pointed a victory for Capes. So he's going to be in the final. And who is he going to meet? His close friend Jim Whitehead? Or might it be Ray Nobley? Well, we'll see. He would like to get a 3rd victory today. Winner of 2 events already. But it's the height and weight of Whitehead that's telling here, and he wins that one.
Any particular skill involved in this, or is it just sheer brute strength?
just, well, speed, I think, comes into it, because I think everybody's quite strong, but it's getting it going and then trying to accelerate it. It's like a, well, it is a sprint, but you've got to be, it's a very strong man's sprint.
All right, well, 2 very strong men are going to sprint for the final in a moment.
The 2 athletes, Jim Whitehead and Geoff Capes. starter gun seems to have failed there. Andy's amused by that. Not Jeff Capes, I suspect. Yes, he hates his concentration being disturbed. A smile from Bill Anderson. Jeff's still annoyed by it. So Oscar's leaving his gun to one side. He's got his whistle instead. I wonder what effect this delay will have. We'll soon find out. The two field event men getting into their positions now for our unique wheelbarrow race. Both amateurs, remember, so their prize money going to their club. I think we're ready to go now. That's a whistle, they're off together. And they should be well matched here. But Jeff, that car of his telling that another convincing win.
Is that an easy one for you, this one?
No, none of them are easy. You know, you got 800 pounds on a barrow there, you try it.
10 points down, another 100 pounds to Jeff Capes' club. 7 points for Whitehead, 4 to Drzewiecki as fastest semi-final loser.
Well done indeed. And that's it for the second of our 3 visits here to the Leisure Centre at Woking to find Britain's strongest man. And let's just have a little look at the points table to date.
Jeff Capes on 63.83, looking good for that £500 first prize. Bill Anderson second, and Ray Nobley third.
That's the situation then in the table. Well, next week we've got 3 more heats for you, and then the 4 leaders in the points table take part in that final tug of war, all of which will decide Britain's strongest man. Before we say goodbye, a sample of what's to come next week. Good evening and welcome once again to the Woking Leisure Centre for the 3rd of our 3-part series to find Britain's strongest man. And here are the 8 competitors.
Lorry driver Tosha Killingback. All-in wrestler Big Pat Roach. Highland Games professional Grant Anderson. Champion weightlifter Andy Drzewiecki. Hammer thrower Jim Whitehead. Champion powerlifter Ray Nobley. Veteran of the field Bill Anderson. And hefty shot-putting ace Jeff Capes.
Those are the 8 fellas taking part, and here's the latest points table to just show you what's happening in the contest.
And Capes in the commanding lead, nearly 30 points ahead of Highland Games champion Bill Anderson. Ray Nobley just 5 further behind in 3rd place.
In case you don't know what the scoring system is, it's 10 points for the winner of each event, 7 for second, 4 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth. And at the very end of this part of the show, we'll have that tug of war, which will be worth double the points. That's the way it is. And as welcome now for the 3rd time, my charming assistant, who knows all about muscles, Barbara Windsor.
Hello, Jerry.
Hello.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you anyway, you know, 2 weeks we've had with all these 8 strong men. You must know by now how they tick.
No idea, no. But you see that tall, dark one over there with the petrol?
I thought, yeah.
I'm going to go and ask him. Okay? See you later.
Okay. All right, Barbara. We'll see what he's up to in a moment, but meanwhile, let's prepare ourselves for the next feat of strength.
It's taking 10 men all their time and effort to lift this massive purpose-built beam. It's made out of tubular steel, filled with concrete. It's for the girl lift. As in all the other events, 100 pounds to the winner, 75 second, 50 for third.
Here, tell me something, Jim. Were you ever a 7-stone weakling?
Well, according to my mum, I was the day I was born.
Ah, but you were lovely then, weren't you? Here, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
No, but I can't talk to you down there. Come on, let's...
Oh, I think Black's changed. Here, what do you have to do to get all those muscles?
Well, yeah, they took a long time to develop, but just like you, Barbara, they grew and they grew and they grew.
I know what you mean. But before the competition gets going now, circus strongman Gunga Din. He's about to try giving 7 of these fellas a boost. His weighs just 8 stone, but our gladiators add another 134 stone to that weight, nearly 1,800 weight in all. Making a slight adjustment here, I see. I don't know what that's going to do to help, but we'll find out. This is something that Gunga Din does in his circus act. That usually brings the house down, so to speak. Now this is going to be a foot lift. Not as Oscar Status shows us as the event we have in store, but still a tremendous feat if he manages it. They're taking the supports away, and he really has done it, yes. Gunga Din. Well, that's one way of doing it. Many thanks to you, Gunga Din. But for our competitors, this is the beam that they're thinking about for our next feat of strength. It weighs 1,016 pounds, or put another way, that's half a ton. And they've got to raise this beam up, and when they manage to do that, we'll increase the weight by adding these lovely ladies behind me here, just to make it that little bit more difficult. Now, at both ends, clear those supports. These lights should come on, and we've got officials in place just in case they don't. The time for each lift, 1 minute. So we join the competition with 6 girls now on the beam. That's 1,500 weight and 28 pounds. Pat Roach not competing. Everyone else, though, is in the round. Tosha Killingback trying. Getting that bit of helping hand there, but still nonetheless in trouble. It's a heck of a weight, this. And in fact, Tosha decides to retire. So we're going to move on now to round 4. 8 girls, 1,700 weight, 54 pounds. That's the weight to hoist, and it's Jeff Capes. Now we've got a light failure on the right, but it's nonetheless a good lift from the Commonwealth shot put champion, despite that bit of problem. And next to go, Jim Whitehead. And he teaches physical education at Rawlings Community College in Leicestershire. A sympathetic look from Tosha, but Jim nonetheless, I think, is struggling here. And the time limit has beaten him, yes. He didn't manage it, but pretty good nonetheless. 5 men now left in the competition. And the next to go, the 22-stone town planner from Dundee. A big man, this, successful in the Highland Games. And he's done it, no problem, despite that elbow of his. It was causing problems last time we saw him. Now to Bill Anderson. Now, even though we've got 1 light on there, it isn't a light failure that beats him, just the weight. So he's out, 4 to go. And it's Andy Bitsky. He teaches part-time to leave himself free to train for weightlifting, and he looks confident here. A light failure, but it doesn't matter. It's a good. 2 judges at either end of the beam say so. Now Ray Nobley. He's using the belt. Gets a good luck pat there to help him along. Only 5'6". All that massive muscle. And there's no doubt about that one. It's a good one. So Ray with Kate, Trzewiecki and Grant Anderson are in with a really good chance here. 4 of you got through that one. Do you think you can lift the next one? We work it out, it's about 24 pounds off a ton.
Well, what's wrong is my arm's beginning to hurt, so I don't know. If it begins to hurt, I won't do it.
Kate, first to go here. 10 girls on the beam this time, and that's like 2 grand pianos. nearly there, and all the competitors helping him along. But he's not doing it. He's gone out of time, yes. A very disappointed man there. That's his second failure today, and he doesn't like it at all. Jeff Capes. Well, now on to Grant Anderson. It's a big test for him. Will that elbow of his stand up here? No, even with 30 seconds to go, the elbow has beaten him. So, as in the car lift last week, we're down to the weightlifters, Andy Drzewiecki and Ray Nobley.
You're going to manage this one at all?
Well, I'm going to have a good attempt at it anyway, you know, but it's looking pretty heavy.
There's Andy now onto the beam. A lot of weight here. One light up, but no, it doesn't seem to be there yet. All that concentration. No, the time's up, and down goes Andy with that disappointment there. So it's now all up to one man. And that's the Glasgow fireman, Ray Nobley, who faces a very important lift here. Taking his time. Loosening those back muscles, all that concentration. Having a stretch. Now to go out and limber up again. Still plenty of time here. And he's done it this time, yes. Tremendous amount of weight there. And how he earned those congratulations. The crowd loved that. Just under a ton on his back.
Well done. Well, very, very hard, but I'm so determined to get it. I knew I had to get it, you know. I got it.
So 10 points there for a happy man. Ray Nobley, his third win in the competition, and all that money, of course, going to his own amateur association. Equal second place, Grant Anderson, Jeff Capes, and Andy Drzewiecki.
Right. Well, if you've been to a fairground, you'll have seen one of these ringing the bell machines. They're in fact called fairground strikers. There are only 3 of them in the country. We borrowed one for our next event, and I'm sure you'll have seen Dad in the past having a go with one of these hammers. Not in the way, may I add, that this chap used a hammer. Well, if they hit this peg hard enough, then the striker should hit the bell. Now, they've got 3 attempts to do this. And at the end, if there's still plenty of contestants left, well, then we'll shorten the peg. It'll be much more difficult. Barbara, you've been trying to do that all day. Come on. Come on. This is one I think I might just better. All right? Right. We'll watch.
Now join the competition anyway at the end of round 2. 7 through, 1 to go. Now remember that they've got 3 chances here. Well, that won't do at all. 2 left. They were suffering from that last competition. It was very strenuous, and that didn't manage it either. He needs some more points. He's taking all his... Now, one last supreme effort. And he's out, and mad with himself to boot. Round 3 now, and Pat Roach ready to go. And that didn't quite manage it. Second attempt. No mistake. So Capes, Whitehead, and the 2 Andersons also managed it at that point.
Tosha Killingback.
Tosha desperately needed points, but has enjoyed this contest. 2 attempts gone. And I'm afraid the 3rd attempt, not managing it. Ray Nobley. Now, is he going to head for another win? He's had 3 successes in this contest. I think he'll have to hit it a little bit harder than that. Maybe the back is giving him a problem after that huge lift. No, he's out. Grant Anderson, also in pain, has retired. Bill Anderson, Pat Roach, Jeff Capes, and Jim Whitehead through rounds 4 and 5 as we rejoin them now.
Round 6.
And it's Bill Anderson, the first to go. 41 years old, and he's been very consistent in this contest up to date. Lots of seconds, looking for a victory. This is the 3rd attempt he has to stay in this. And not managing it. Pat Roach. A first time over Pat, and on he goes. Jeff Capes is our next competitor. And he makes no mistake either. One man to go.
Jim Whitehead.
Two attempts there in a P-Fairs. It'll be a 2-man tiebreaker. Ex-fairground boxer Pat Roach against police constable Capes. 3rd attempt. And out goes Jim Whitehead. So now it's sudden death with equal chances. A heavier striker going in first to ring when the other fails will win. Pat Roach. And that was some way off. So Capes, if he manages this, gets another 10 points. And he doesn't either. We go back to Pat Roach again. And he can't believe his eyes because we really feel that that striker moved about 2 inches. Pat's looking. He sees it too. Barely clearing the box, the striker there. And Capes enjoying that too somehow.
Jeff Capes.
So if Jeff manages to ring the bell this time, it'll be his 7th win in 10 events. An extraordinary performance. And there's the sweet sound. Another 10 points for Jeff Capes.
Done it again? You enjoyed that?
Yep. It's a good competition. Let's face it. Everybody's enjoying themselves, irrespective of who wins. I think everybody's done a grand job.
Jeff Capes then first, but Pat Roach a welcome second there with 7 points. Bill Anderson and Jim Whitehead share 3rd place. And in the overall total, Capes uncatchable now for that £500 first prize. Ray Nobley, Bill Anderson, Jim Whitehead, and Andy Drobietzky still disputing 2nd and 3rd.
Well, that was a bit of fun there. I hope you enjoyed that at home. Our 8 competitors are about to get the sack. In this case, it's a £200 sack, and you can see what they've got to do with this after the break. Welcome back to Woking Leisure Centre. A tough event in our search to find Britain's strongest man. These are the 4 lanes in our next race. It's a sack race, and they carry 200 pounds of sand on their backs on a 30-yard course. We'll have 2 heats and a final, the winner of those 2 heats, and the 2 fastest losers taking part in the final.
Here, Pat, you being a wrestler, this is just your cup of tea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, what's your favourite hold?
Rummage and bump.
Rummage and bump?
Rummage and bump.
How'd you do that?
I'll show you.
Huh? Ooh,
Here, Oscar. Hey, Bob, instead of that, sir.
An Oscar-winning performance there. Now for the race.
Not surprisingly, after 10 muscle-bending events, some injuries. Capes pulling back, nobody have had to scratch. Heat 1, though, has Grant Anderson and Pat Roach ready to do battle. And Anderson straight into the lead here. Roach isn't going to catch him, no. An easy win. Anderson, and even with 200 weight of wet sand on his shoulders, Anderson 6.1, Roach 6.9. Grant then sure of a place in the final. Pat will have to wait for the other times. Very friendly atmosphere here amongst the competitors. Heat 2, and it's Bill Anderson being about to be loaded up. And with him in this heat, Jim Whitehead and Andy Drzewiecki. And Drzewiecki well away. Going to be a one-man race, surely. Andy winning that in 5.3, and easily that's the fastest time. The others both clocking 6s. So he will make the final with Grant Anderson. Getting loaded up again. Capes helping his teammate Whitehead. So from the left, we're about to see our competitors here. Bill Anderson, Grant Anderson, Whitehead, and the favourite, Drzewiecki. And Andy's well away here with Jim Whitehead, but he's down, yes. And it's going to be Whitehead who'll win this one in 5.5 seconds on our watch, edging Grant out of... Well, there's commiserations here for Andy, surely. But he seems to have had an injury. Let's see what happened in slow motion. And Drzewiecki was pulled down hard by that stack as he lost his balance. Anyway, it's 10 points for Jim Whitehead, 7 for Bill Anderson, 4 to Grant, and 2 to Drzewiecki.
Well, now let's have a look at the situation after 11 grueling events, and at the 4 men who lead the field.
Jeff Capes on questionably first. Second, Bill Anderson. Third, Ray Nobley. And fourth, Jim Whitehead, qualifying for the tug-of-war, where the points now are doubled.
Now, the leader at the moment, Jeff Capes, will take on the third place of our 4 contestants. That's Ray Nobley. And at present, the runner-up, who's Bill Anderson, will be competing against Jim Whitehead.
These are the first round pools, and the 2 losers will then tug for third and fourth places, the winners for first and second. And Jeff making it look very easy. Just 4 seconds, and it's not a popular win, but then with 23 stone against 16, what can you expect? Now to Jim Whitehead up against Bill Anderson. Only a stone of a difference here. Jim on 19. And the lighter Whitehead pulling, making the pace. Anderson dangerously near that line, but pulling back, fighting back now. Whitehead again, tugging forward. But Bill Anderson, the tough Scot, won't give up. His extra pounds may begin to tell here, even though he's 41, 12 years the older. It's a tremendous struggle. First one way, then the other. Whitehead slipping and recovering. Is he getting the edge? He is. Whitehead's got towards the line, it's all over. 45 seconds, so it's Nobley and Whitehead to pull for third and fourth places in this tug-of-war. Two stone of the here. Whitehead the heavier. And the weight tells. It takes just 6 seconds for Whitehead to win. The crowd on Ray's side going for the underdog, after all. Weighs in at 16 stone. Well, now we go to the climax here, the pull-off for first and second places. And it's Jeff Capes and Bill Anderson already sure in the overall competition of those positions. Capes 23 stone, Anderson 19. And we wonder how much that effort against Whitehead has taken out on Bill. And it seems a heck of a lot. Just 2 seconds and it's over. And Capes wins again, as he's done in 7 other events.
lesson for anybody here? I mean, a few people probably haven't got the weightlifting training that's required to help them out. What sort of overall things do you need for a contest like this?
Strength, speed, stamina, softness, and skill.
And you forgot one other thing, competitiveness. You're a very important competitor. You really compete all the time.
Yeah, I think, obviously, competitiveness helps. And I think if you control emotion and channel aggression into what you're doing, you'll ultimately become a winner.
Okay, well done to Geoff Capes, Britain's strongest man. Geoff Capes! And the final result. Capes, 98.16 points and over 1,500 pounds to his club. Anderson, 58.83 and just under 1,000. Jim Whitehead, 44.33 and nearly 800 pounds.
Jeff, here, darling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a kiss. Okay.
And a very happy Capes, holding aloft his Waterford Crystal Glass trophy. We say goodbye. Our thanks to Barbara. Well done to Geoff Capes. And thanks to all the people here at the Woking Leisure Centre. We say goodbye and leave you with the way that Geoff Capes became Britain's strongest man. Goodbye.
A Date with Glamour, next on STV, so stay with us for Charlie's Angels.
I'll be back.